Here's how you can do RAG in ServiceNow. First, we'll see the demo. As you can see over here, I have an AI agent, knowledge retrieval agent, and the task I have given is how can I change my default web browser. This knowledge article is present in my knowledge base. Let's start. So what it is going to do, it is going to do RAG over knowledge bases. And so it is first asking, uh, tool will help retrieve knowledge article to address this mission. Is it okay to proceed? Yes. So here you will notice that it is querying this and it is using knowledge retriever. The tool that it is used is knowledge retrieval. And here I have found the result. So to set or change a default web browser, refer to the detailed instruction provided in the article, how to set or change your default web browser. This article provides step-by-step guidance on how to configure your default browser settings. And it has provided the source as well. So it has found the source and it has also provided a summary related to that article. And this is what that agent is. Now, in the next part, we are going to see is how we have done this thing. So before we go into the details, I'll just want to give a little bit of concept. What is knowledge article retrieval? So as you can see over here, so knowledge RAG is basically the full form is retrieval augmentation generation, in which there are 3 steps. What it does, it basically gives LLM a power that uh, more knowledge about your policies, about your company. So it grounds the LLM answer. So LLM is not just using its own trained information, it is also using the information that you want it to produce. Okay. So first is retrieval. Retrieval finds the relevant knowledge article that user is allowed to see. Okay. So let me just make it a little bigger. So and user is allowed to see is very important, because suppose you have a policy and user is like a risk security policy or risk policy, and you don't want a vendor to access that. So you make sure that you have a proper access control over your knowledge articles. Okay, because ServiceNow will make sure that that user criteria is being honored. Next is augmentation. Augmentation passes the article content plus the question, that user question, to the LLM. Okay, so both the things. First, it searches the relevant information which user has access, then uses that plus user article and send it to LLM. And the third is the generation, which produces an answer based on the article. Okay, and the link of the source. And this is what we saw over here. So this is what is happening. Now, how it is, this is the concept behind RAG. Okay, this is all there is. Now, how it is happening. Okay, now the configuration part, how you can perform RAG in ServiceNow. First thing that we will do is you have to open AI Search Admin Console. Okay, once you open the AI Search Admin Console, open shared configuration. Okay, so once you have this open, what we want to like talk about today is index sources, search sources, and search profile. These 3 things are important for us. Other things we'll talk about later. So first thing is the index source. So as I explained earlier, if we want to do RAG over any table, and you can perform RAG on any table, your custom table, knowledge articles, policies table, any table. Okay, so to do that, your your data should be present in a vector index. Okay, now how you can like so vector index is also an index, right? So, and what ServiceNow calls it, semantic index. Okay, so your data should be present in semantic index. Now how you can add your data to semantic index is through index sources. So let's go into the index source and check out this table. So by default, there are certain table which are already present in the index source, like change table, catalog task, change task table, dashboard, even knowledge article table. So those tables are already present. Now, what does that mean? That means that you can perform RAG on few of the tables, not all of the tables, but you can do searching in most of the tables. Now, what do you mean by only few you can do RAG, even if they are present in the index table? That is because of the indexing method. Here you'll notice that some of the tables, like change task, has only indexing method as a keyword, but change has an indexing method as a semantic and keyword. Now, semantic indexes is what we need to perform RAG. Okay, so any table which has an indexing method as keyword semantic can be used for RAG. Otherwise, they cannot be used. So now, once we are clear with that, now let's move to understand how to add a table to a semantic. And what is a semantic indexing? So I will show you an example of the knowledge table because it has a very good example of child tables as well. Now, if you'll open the knowledge index sources of knowledge article, you'll notice that the source table is this KB article. This is the general setting. And the condition is any knowledge which are not retired or outdated can be indexed. And these are the child tables. So knowledge article information is also present in the like FAQs, how to, known errors, all those information. And if you want to index all of that, you can add it as a child table. For example, if you have for the change, you can add change task as a child table for your index source. Next is the semantic index. So this is the general conditions, but this is what is important for us. Now the semantic indexing configuration. There are two configurations associated with this table. One is the title, and another is the body. This is the name. So, and this is embedding model, ServiceNow embedding model. This is the chunking method, passage, and this is the semantic field. Let's open and see what is there in these. So if I'll click on edit, you will see. You can also create a new one if you think that something is missing. Now let's go to the body one. I'll explain why. First is the embedding model. You'll notice that ServiceNow already provided a ServiceNow embedding model E5, and which is free, and you can use it to convert your knowledge article into vector indexes. Vector indexes are basically the numbers, and to convert that into those numbers, you need an embedding model, and it can be OpenAI embedding model or ServiceNow one, or if you have your own, you can use that as well. Now there are different chunking strategies based on what type of article or what type of knowledge you want to chunk. Different chunking strategies are best for different use cases. So for knowledge articles, passage is if you are not aware of anything, don't worry about it, just keep it default. But if you want to understand more in detail, I would suggest to go check online. There are very good resources, or even you can click on this documentation link. By default, I will just give a brief about it. So if your knowledge article is 5 paras long, and if you'll do the passages strategy, basically it will divide your article into 5 passages, and each vector will be connected to vector index will be connected to one passage, and there will be some overlapping because it needs to understand different passages of the one article are interconnected or not. Okay, so if user will query, each passage will be searched separately, but due to this overlap, it can find related passages as well. So this is one strategy. There are other strategies like truncate. Suppose you want only very fixed chunks, 500, then you can use this one. Or if you don't want chunking, then you can use the full text. Suppose you have a very small article, then you can use any of these. Okay, and so this is the chunking strategy. If you don't know, don't worry about it. Just keep it as it is. Next thing is the semantic field. What you want to index means put it in the vector index. So putting number in the vector index is of no use. So those type of or metas are still fine because vector indexes are basically for intent based searching. Okay, now numbers do not have any intent, so putting numbers over here will be of no use. So texts or even metas are also not very important. Meta, number, these are keyword based searches. These are good for keywords, but for vector, text, short description, uh, wiki, attachment body, all these things can be added in the semantic field. Okay, now it is also mentioned attachment body. Yes, the attachment related to your table can also be indexed with the vector index, such that if data is present, a query is present in your attachment, then that also, if user searches like how to do password reset, and that is present in your knowledge article attachment, user will be means able to understand, means get the information. So chatbot will be able to get the information from there as well. Okay, so attachment body is a good one. Now if you think that there is something missing, you can just simply add it. Okay, so this is all about semantic indexing. So, and for the title, why there are two, body and title? Because the body title is short description. Suppose it just gives so title and body are not a field within knowledge article. These are for even change management table, you can have title and body. Title can be only your short description, and body can be description, categories, and raw information you have somewhere. All those things can be in the body. Okay, more than that, uh, anything else is not required. So these are the information related to indexing, index sources. Next part is the index source history. Suppose so here you see I just indexed one of my source. Here you can understand what are the different records I've ingested, what was the index duration, if there was an error, how many documents were processed, all those things. Now, if something failed, you can also check that. And if it is stale, you can just restart the indexing job again, okay, to make sure that your indexing is refreshed. Means the new articles are refreshed as well. And the search source is fine means. Now, so this is all about index sources. There can be only one index source per table. So for knowledge, we have only one. For change, we have only one. You cannot create a, same table indexes. Okay, but suppose you want for your searching, you want only email related knowledge article to be searched by your AI agent. For that, search source are the important part of it. Okay, here you will notice that for catalog item, we have two search sources. And the same goes for knowledge table even. Knowledge table will have like 3 or 4. So how it is different? Because these within that index, if I want only my AI agent to search a certain categories or certain like part of knowledge, not everything, then I can create a search source for it. So suppose I create an email based KB search. My index source will be knowledge table only, but my category is email. And if I'll say active is true and workflow, I also want to make sure that means retired and those outdated are not coming. Okay, so I will just submit it. Now the search source is submitted. So let's just check. Yeah, here you'll see the knowledge, a new knowledge article, knowledge search source is added with the category as an email. Now, how can I use it with my AI agent? For that, I will need a search profile for this knowledge article. Okay, so I have a Windows KB search profile, but I don't have any for the for my email KB search profile. Okay, all I have to do is save it, and you can change the view. So this search profile has this related list called search sources. Here you can email based. So here you can just add your search source that you have just connected to that. And now I will just publish it. Now my search profile is also ready. Okay. So if I'll go back to my search, here you will notice a new, sorry, this one over here. Yeah, email KB search profile is ready. So this is all about the base work which is needed for RAG. Now in the next part, what we'll do, we will add our RAG ability to add a RAG ability to a AI agent. Okay. Okay. So we have done the groundwork. Now let's go to our AI agent. Let me just remove these tabs. Now what we want is I want to give my AI agent ability to do RAG over knowledge article which are related to emails. Okay. So I already have a an AI agent for knowledge retrieval, which I showed you on the beginning. And I'll go back to my AI agent, and over here, I will just open knowledge. Okay, now I will go to the tools and information. In the tools, you'll notice, so if you want to add a RAG ability to your knowledge agent, you have to add search retrieval, okay, tool. And the search retrieval tool is already there for my knowledge article, for my knowledge. for my agent. So, but it is right now searching Windows KB. But instead of that, I want it to search email KB. Okay. So search source is knowledge table. That is correct. Here I want to give, so whatever you will return over here, your agent will have access to that information. So I want it to have access to article, number, and short description. Okay. Result, I only want it to have like 5 results. I don't want to have like a lot of results when it is searching, because I don't want to like overpopulate. Now next is document matching threshold. This is where you set the accuracy of your knowledge article. And what this means is, so if I'll remove it, you will notice that there is it accepts value from 0 to 1. You can think about it from the percentage view. Zero means any document. So when a vector index search happens on any on any article, then it also provides a score to that. Means how much it was, what was the score of matching. So suppose I want why my Windows PC is lagging, and if there is a knowledge article very much related to it, it will give a score that 90% or 100%. And if there is no such article, it can still provide results, but the percentage could be like 50% or 10%, 20%. Now I want it to be highly accurate, so I would say 0.5. If I want it to give answers only if it has like correct answer, then I will say 1. But for me, 0.5 is fine. You can play with this number. I would not say that there is a golden number for this. Play with it. Whatever you think that is providing a good accuracy to your RAG is, chatbot or AI agent is a good one. Okay. Now the semantic index field, I want to check for body or title. Both of them are fine. Supervised is also fine. Let's just save and move on. And now the question, so I think there was a email related, what is a phishing scam? Okay. So I would say I am getting multiple lottery related emails. Not sure if they are legit. Why I'm asking this way? Because I wanted to search based on intent, not on the keyword. As you'll see, I've not written phishing anywhere or anything related to that. But intent is related to phishing. So let's see how it does. If it is a keyword-based search, this would have been failed. But because it's a semantic search, let's see how it works. So when I'm asking proceed, I would say yes. Now it is doing RAG over search profile. So here you see it is using the email KB search profile. Okay, so be cautious of lottery related emails, as they are often form of phishing scam. These emails may claim you have won a lottery or prize, and legitimate organization will be sensitive information via email, and it has provided the phishing scam avoidance knowledge article, which is this one, how to avoid them. And this is the importance of using RAG over keyword search. Okay, now let's test another scenario where I want to check um, something related to Windows. Because so how can I get my Windows key? How can I get my Windows key? Now you'll notice this agent is only have access to email, so it should not provide me answer related to Windows. And this is why having proper categories, user, and configuration is important. Okay, so it is asking. Let's see what it does. No relevant information found, because it is only searching in the email KBs. That's why it was not able to find anything related to Windows. And that is very important when we are creating a knowledge article, that it should not leak information from some other sources which it is not supposed to. Okay, so that is why it is very important to have proper configuration for these things. Okay, so this is how you do RAG over ServiceNow, in ServiceNow basically, and increase your effectiveness. One important thing I wanted to mention was RAG is not a good use case if you are doing like searching a whole table, or basically analyzing a whole table. Like you want to analyze how many records are there related to phishing, all those things. And RAG is not a good use case for them. RAG is good use case if you want to find like similar changes, similar problems, similar matching. Okay, so for searching and retrieving, RAG is a brilliant use case, but not for analyzing. Now, and one more thing I want to say is be careful when you are creating RAG. Create proper user criteria and access controls such that the data should not spill over. Okay, so this is all, and I will share the link to this PDF so that you can do it by yourself. And if you like my video, and please share, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much.